Welcome. Here we are. Here I am. You are here. You should know that I like to derive life lessons from signs, all signs, street, safety, public art, and also divine symbols, sometimes in the form of voices. We'll start where we're at, here. I'm going to talk a little bit about my work with ensembles of young people in the theater, specifically in the context of improvisation and collective creation. When I begin working, I start with the premise that what each individual has to offer is exactly what we need as a group. Scary stuff. We give birth astride the grave. We are beings towards death, featherless, two-legged, linguistically conscious creatures born between urine and feces, whose bodies will one day be the culinary delight of terrestrial worms, in the words of Dr. Cornel West. Scary, but also limitless potential, a bare stage, a place where we cultivate enthusiasm in the face of this fleeting and irreplaceable time, and in this collective, collaborative, temporal, and transformative art form, we share something that didn't exist before, with a heightened sensitivity to the event, our acting partners, and the audience. In the case of improvisation, we walk in a Sundance way where the stepping stones are irregular in their shape and spacing, and we don't know where we're going. It's a leap of faith, stepping bravely into the unknown and laying down the path in walking it. This requires a trusting ability to embrace vulnerability, not only to accept it, but to celebrate it, to work with it, to lay ourselves bare, open and honest, and learn that yes, we are enough. It takes courage, but love is a better choice. Trust takes courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to proceed with it. That's beautiful. And I'm so fortunate to get to see students through this process of trust and becoming, of natality, as Hannah Arendt teaches us, the ability to create new ideas, institutions, and frameworks out of nothing, and then to play and work creatively with the new people that emerge in this process of self-expression and payoff and discovery. Together we create things with what is at hand, each other, our stories, our characters. Character shares roots with the Greek word for scar. It's our experiences lived through and learned from that make us who we are. And in my experience, groups of people will take every opportunity they are given to tell their stories and hold them up for judgment and valuing as we develop our aesthetic taste and take up that civic obligation of the folk process, keeping what's good and discarding what doesn't work for us. The Austrian philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein teaches us that aesthetics and ethics are one and the same. In life as it is in art, you have to draw the line somewhere. This is a picture of my grandmother in a canola field. Please notice that seconds are not all the same length. The merit of originality is not novelty, but authenticity. Authenticity, authority, authorship. We are the authors. Not only is what each student offers exactly what we need, but the most personal is also the most universal. Bill Cosby reminds us that he has no idea what the secret to success is, but that the secret to failure is in trying to please everyone. I take my life's work very seriously and take a lot of satisfaction out of working with a group of young people as an ensemble at the top of their collective intelligence. We train hard and build skill and technique in rigorous rehearsal, and then we get to leave our training at the door and play with brazen abandon and vitality and complicité. We play. Like children in bricolage and métissage, we play, creating with what is at hand and braiding together disparate elements to create and compose, setting things side by side to look for patterns, accepting each other's offers and advancing them, heightening them, exploring them, and extrapolating away from them towards specificity, to make meaning. All play and no structure, however, can lead to too much mud. We want to sift through the mud and find the gold. An idea gets repeated, repetition creates patterns, and patterns lead to associations and meaning. Everything is connected. We are meaning-making creatures, looking for signs. You should know that I like to derive life lessons from signs, all signs. Street signs, safety signs, public art, and also divine symbols, sometimes in the form of dreams. We'll start where we're at, here. Safety is no accident. I ask my students not to be clever, funny, or cool, but to be obvious. We don't all think the same way. Thank God. Our obvious is a testimony to who we are. Accepting that, I ask that we treat our audience like philosophers and poets. Inspiring stuff, charged with the imperative to keep these fires burning bright while we have them in our hands, and to hold these torches out to warm hearts and burn down comfort and rise from the ashes newly born, natality, becoming, creating, in the face of entropy. As everything tends towards chaos. Everything wants to break down. A cup of coffee cools. Gravity works. Everything leads to erosion, even devotion. It's hard to build up and easy to abandon what's broken. I question these words as fast as I've spoke them. So passion is indeed fuel, and we need to keep the momentum up. Courageously. I derive a great deal of inspiration from Terry Fox. He is the patron saint of GISS Improv. The second time we made it to nationals, it came from a blood sacrifice we made at Miles Zero and the Terry Fox statue in Victoria. We've earned a berth at the National Arts Centre 3 times, and each time I've bought a gargoyle from the gift shop on Parliament Hill. There's 4 in the set, so this tells me we get to go at least one more time. In my version of the story, we need to stay open to adaptation also. I imagine we get to nationals a 4th time, and when I rush to the gift store on Parliament Hill, they've discontinued the gargoyle set. Mission accomplished, but it's never as it was planned, so hold on lightly. Because life is full of joy and suffering and creation and erosion and juxtaposition and patterns. The ending is in the beginning and new meanings emerge, and none of it lasts. So with all of this, we can't hold on too tightly. We must be always willing to play and not take ourselves too seriously or to anything, but to accept that what we have to offer is exactly what's needed, and that our character is built on pulling forward where we've come from. And meaning is made in looking for patterns. We are the authors with the authority, and our authenticity is real. We can't try harder. It's like trying to slam a revolving door, and our imaginations are a truer reflection of who we are than our personalities. And our imaginations will provide as much as we demand of them. That's the payoff. You are here, and the potential is unlimited.